Boys and girls, good morning. I want you to stand up and get all your morning wiggles out and sing this fun song with Miss Kelsey and I. We are going to sing My God is So Big, So Strong, and So Mighty. So get ready to show your muscles. My God is so great, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His, the river are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. Good morning, boys and girls. We are on an all-new set today in Roanoke Jones, the detective. Now, I'm Detective Tarina, and I am here to help deduce some really important mysteries that happen in the Bible. So, as a little girl, I love to play dress up. Surprise, here I am dressed up as a detective. So if you really want to play the part at home, you can have your briefcase and magnifying glasses and set up your own detective. You can take a file folder and make your own Bible top secret file folders. And all of you should have had mail to you at this point. You can always let me know if it did not come. But I pre-mailed to you the Bible sheets, and because I love my preschool friends, I worked really hard to find a corresponding sheet that my preschoolers can follow along with. So today you need to find lesson 1 on Naaman, and we're going to be detectives. And I want to give you some fun detective words just to get some vocabulary built into our day, like crime scene in the Bible times, finding evidence and clues. Did they have an alibi? Do they have witnesses? Can you help solve the problem? What does your case file look like? Top secret, sleuths, suspects. Dun, dun, dun! And boys and girls, we love to do dun, dun, dun upstairs. So moms and dads, you're going to have to get in the mood with us. So to start, I am going to give you my mystery question. This is going to get our brains really awake this morning. So you need to tell me in the comment box if you can answer as fast as possible the answer to my mystery question. Ready? I'm zoning in. What begins with E and ends with E, but only has one letter? Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to go like this. Do you have an answer? Put it in the comment box. Here it is. An envelope. What begins with E and ends with E, but only has one letter? Envelope. Those are my kinds of clues, although, and mystery questions, although those can be kind of challenging. So every week we get to answer one together. The verse that we're going to see at the end of today really sets the tone of why we need people to come along and help us. Because our Bible point is, I will accept help from others. In Ecclesiastes 4:9 it says, people are better off than one. 2 people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. So, depending on what age you are probably learning something new. We're learning something new all the time. Right now we're learning something new, even as grown-ups. But is there something that you want to do that you can't do, but it doesn't really make you want to ask for help? So some of my friends might be learning how to tie a shoe for the first time. Some of you might be learning cursive writing. Some of you are struggling or learning your multiplication facts and memorizing them. What is something you're trying to learn to do, but you really don't want to ask for help? You just want to get it already. Maybe they just are taking the training wheels off your bike and you're learning to ride your bike without training wheels. Well, you don't want your grown-up to just let go of you on your very first try, right? You need to accept help from others. When you're learning to tie your shoes, someone is helping you, teaching you the little rabbits and the bunny ears, something that's going to help you tie your shoe. But there's a big word when we don't want to ask for help. We're not feeling very humble. And in fact, pride creeps in. That's the word. When we don't want to ask for help, pride creeps in. For example, sometimes I'll carry things that are just too heavy for me. and I think I can get it done faster, and I'm just going to do it without having to stop and ask somebody. But that is my pride creeping in. And then what's going to happen, boys and girls, if it's really too heavy for me to carry, what are some things that will happen? It could hurt my back. I could drop it and break it. It could take me twice as long, right? So we need people to help us. I will accept help from others. So what happens if you're carrying all these books and someone walks by the street and says, oh, sir or ma'am, can I help you put that in your car? No, I got it. Oh, and then that person leaves. Oh, I just don't know how I'm going to get these books into my car. There's so many. Then another person comes by and offers for help, and you're like, no, I got it. But if you accepted help the first time, you could get those books into your car and then off on your way. Like if you were on some fun library adventure with a whole stack of books you can't wait to take home. I will accept help from others. That is our Bible point today. So we're going to peek at that first. Now upstairs, my helper of the day usually helps us make up some sort of actions because it helps our brain remember. So maybe I will accept help from others. I will accept help from others. And here's one thing that came to mind when I was thinking of this Bible point. When I taught 3rd grade, we had tall shelves and I had totes all the way across the wall. And they were in months like September, October, November, so forth. But they were really, really tall and some were heavy. I could try to get on a chair, maybe stretch and reach, but we all know that Miss Tarina is like 5'0". So instead of trying to hurt myself or dropping a tote or breaking something, I had a friend down the hall. So I would peek out in the hall and wait till I'd see him, and he would say, your tall friend is here, I'm here to help. I accepted help from others. And I taught next door with his wife, and his wife to this day, we're friends, will say, hi from your tall friend. So that was a time when I had to ask for help, and I couldn't use pride to say, I can do it all by myself. I needed to ask help from others. So in this Bible point, I want you to tell somebody at home or in my comment box, what is something that you need to do, you want to do by yourself, but you don't want pride to sneak in, and you're going to accept help from others. I want to hear those answers as we get ready to get into our mystery today in my Bible files. Dun, dun, dun! In the Bible, it's about a man named Naaman, and he needed to accept help from others in this Bible detective stories.
Good morning.
And here we begin, boys and girls. In the Bible story, we find a man whose name was Naaman, and in the surface, he had a respectable job as the commander of the king's army. He had a reputation for being a valiant soldier. He had a wife and lots of servants. All the clues suggest that this man, whose name was Naaman, wasn't the type to need help from anyone. So you might be asking yourself, where's the mystery? Well, why is this even a case? What's going on here? Well, not everything was going great for Naaman. You see, Naaman had leprosy, which is a disease of the skin. In its early stages, you would begin to lose feeling in certain areas of your body. In advanced stages, the disease would begin to attack the body, and you would lose the use of your hands and feet. Now, back in the day of the Bible, leprosy was the worst disease you could get because there was no cure. Okay, I can see why we have a case on our hand. Naaman needed help, and the question was, who was going to help him? And who would Naaman accept from their help? Well, one day, a servant girl named in Naaman's house wanted to help Naaman, and she came and said to his wife,
I wish my master would go to see the prophet in Samaria. He would heal him of his leprosy.
Ha! A clue! A clue has emerged. Evidently, there was a prophet in Samaria that could cure leprosy. This was great news, and Naaman wisely accepted the girl's help and decided that he would go to Samaria. Now, Naaman knew that in order to track down this prophet, he would need permission from his boss, the king of Aram. So Naaman went to the king and asked for permission to go search for this prophet. And when he did, the king of Aram replied,
By all means, go!
said he would help, and Naaman took up his offer. But there is still plenty of unanswered questions, like who is this prophet? How did the cure work? How would Naaman find him? But after talking to the king, he now had a contact. Every good detective knows that when you enter a new town, city, or even country, you need a contact, a go-to guy, an answer man, a source of reliable information. You get the idea. Well, now Naaman had a contact, and the contact was the king of Israel. So Naaman prepared to leave. He loaded up 750 pounds of silver, 150 pounds of gold, and 10 sets of clothes. And with the king's letter in hand and some of his reliable army officers by his side, Naaman set out and soon reached the king of Israel. When he got to the king, he handed over the letter, and here's what the letter said.
With this letter, I am sending my servant Naaman to you, so that you may cure him of his leprosy.
Okay, now this is when something unexpected happened. As the king read the letter, he became very upset. He tore his robe and he shouted,
"This man sends me a leper to heal? Am I God that I can give life and take it away? I can see he's just trying to pick a fight with me."
Uh-oh, this is bad. The king of Israel was supposed to be Naaman's contact. He was supposed to provide the next bit of info that would lead Naaman to the prophet. He was supposed to help. But instead, he was shouting, tearing his robe, threatening to go to war with Aram. But it was here that Naaman's search caught a break. The prophet Naaman was searching for, whose name was Elijah, had heard about what was going on, and he sent a message to the king.
"Why are you so upset? Send Naaman to me, and he will learn that there is a true prophet here in Israel."
Yes! It looked like the case had been broken wide open. Naaman now knew who the prophet was, and he now knew how to find him. So Naaman set out on his horses, his chariot, his officers, and all the gifts he had brought. Yes, the search had its ups and downs, but now Naaman could find the prophet and get a cure to his leprosy and head back home. But when Naaman arrived at Elijah's house, Elijah wouldn't come out to see him. Instead, Elijah sent a messenger to greet Naaman. The messenger said to Naaman,
"Go and wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan River. Then your skin will be restored, and you will be healed of your leprosy."
Wait a minute. That couldn't be right. Washing yourself in the river could not cure leprosy. And when Naaman heard this, he got very upset. He had come too far and gone through too much just to go jump in a river. That wouldn't be helpful at all. So he said,
"I thought he would certainly come out to meet me. I expected him to wave his hand over the leprosy and call on the name of the Lord as God and heal me. Aren't the rivers of Damascus, the Havana, and Pharpar better than any of the rivers of Israel? Why shouldn't I wash in them and be healed?"
After saying this, Naaman decided to head home. He had had enough. The case had hit a dead end, and Naaman was done. And he would have gone home if it hadn't been for his officers. They had seen him on this entire search, and they hadn't spoken up until now. But they knew that Naaman needed help, and that if he left, he surely would never be cured. So his officers said to him,
"Sir, if the prophet had told you to do something very difficult, wouldn't you have done it?"
So you should certainly obey him when he says simply, "Go and wash and be cured."
Okay, this is definitely something to think about. Washing in a river wouldn't be so hard, and it wouldn't take a lot of time. He had come all this way, and the river was nearby. So Naaman decided to listen to his officers and wash in the Jordan River. He waded out into the river and dipped himself once, and then dipped himself again and again. He dipped himself 7 times, just like Elijah had told him to. And when Naaman came up out of the water the 7th time, his skin was healed. Dun, dun, dun! The leprosy had been cured. Naaman rushed back to Elijah's home and thanked him, saying,
"Now I know there is no God in all the world except in Israel."
Interesting, huh? Naaman knew that it was God who had cured him of leprosy, and he was so grateful. And because he was willing to listen, accept help, and of all the people in the story, he was healed. Case closed. And everybody says, dun, dun, dun. Boys and girls, I love these stories in the Bible. I love that we don't normally study it in a case file and like detectives, but every step of the way, Naaman needed to hear what they were offering for help and take the help that was offered. This is an exciting story. He was healed and he knew it was God, but God sent all those people to help him along the way. There are people in your lives that God is going to send to help you along the way. You can pray, you can ask for help. You can take the humble approach and not a prideful approach and get the advice and get the help that you need. And you'll be learning how to tie your shoes tomorrow, or riding your bike without training wheels, or learning how to write cursive, or filling out an envelope. There are so many things that we can learn, and there are so many people that God has placed in your life to help you. 2 are far better than 1. So to review our questions today, boys and girls, I have something kind of exciting. On my DVD, it will show a glimpse, and it's called Look Closer, and it's going to show you one thing, and then I'll ask a question and reveal an answer, and show you another and another until finally it reveals. So pretend I was talking about this lamp. Maybe it only shows you this much, and then the next question shows you this. By the third, I want you shouting at home and answering in the comment box, "It's a desk lamp." Let's see how we can review today. Here we go. It says, look closer.
Okay, junior detectives, it's time to put your skills to the test. As any good detective knows, sometimes finding the clues means that you need to look closer. Answer these questions and try to deduce what the objects are.
When we need help, how does God want us to respond when people offer to help us? I'm going to give you some think time. D, accept help when other people offer it to us. What do you think it might be, boys and girls? Here's the next clue. One more. Here's the next clue. What is it, boys and girls? Type it in the comment box as fast as you can. A candle. Question number 2. Imagine that you're trying to carry a really heavy stack of books at school. A friend offers to help you carry them for you. What should you do? That's right, C. Thank your friend and let them help you carry half of the books. Never scream, no, I can do it myself. Take the help, friends. Here's the first one. What do you think it might be? Here's the second one. Here's one more clue. Oh, that was tricky, boys and girls. It is a pair of glasses. I thought it was maybe a wrought iron to the side of a bridge. Question number 3. Imagine that you are playing a video game at home, but you are stuck at a hard spot. Your older brother tells you that he thinks he knows how to get past the spot and asks you if you want some help. What should you do? B. Ask your brother what you should do to get unstuck. Never ignore the brother and walk away. Clue number 1. Clue number 2. This is tricky. Ooh, an old-fashioned key. I love those things. Love antiques. Great job. Here is one of our Bible question story today. In our Bible story about Naaman, he needed help to cure his leprosy. How did he accept the help that was offered? A, he took the advice of the people around him and he followed the instructions of Elijah. Excellent. Clue number 1. Clue number 2. Ooh, a magnifying glass. Boys and girls, I want you to tell me what fun detective things you have to play with and set out today for the next 8 weeks as we are on this detective unit. I need to skip this one and show you our Bible verse. We're going to fill in the blanks. 2 people are better off than one, for they can, what, boys and girls? Blank each other, blank. Ecclesiastes 4:9. While this is on here, boys and girls, I want to remind you I have a brand new prize and I have brand new notes sitting on my detective desk. And anyone who texts me a Marco Polo video, emails me, calls me, and tells me their Bible verse in these 8 weeks will be put in a drawing for another prize at the end of June. So please, everybody, let me know that you're memorizing your Bible verses to put your name in for a drawing. A, 2 people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. Think of somebody or something this week that somebody can help you with so that you can succeed. I know your teachers are working very hard digitally to help you succeed. I know your parents are working very hard to help you keep up on all the things you have to do from home. It's a good opportunity to say thank you for helping me, moms and dads and teachers, as we are still learning in this unprecedented times. Last clue. I have no idea, boys and girls. Do you? A scissor. Good job, detectives.
Well done, detectives! Remember to keep your eyes open and your wits sharp.
Good job, boys and girls. Thank you for playing along in our detective day today. I pray that you'll have an opportunity to learn something new, something you're struggling with, and you want to just be able to have a humble spirit and not a prideful spirit, and ask for the help so that you can succeed and memorize our Bible verse with me. Boys and girls, I pray for that, and I pray for your week. In Jesus' name, amen. Bye-bye.